Hello friends, and welcome to another week of story time with me, Miss Nicole. And as always, I am very excited that you are joining me this week for our story. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. So let's start with our check-in for the day. So if you need to pause and take a deep breath, feel free to do so. And while you're taking that time, think to yourself, how am I feeling today? What are the kind of feelings am I feeling? And while you're thinking that, and while you're just checking in, I'm going to go ahead and get our feelings chart out. So let's go ahead and check in with our chart. So if you're excited like me, you are at a 0. If you're happy, you're at a 1. If you're content, you're at a 2. If you're sad, you're at a 3. If you're mad, you're at a 4. Or if you're feeling frustrated, you're at a 5. Or if you're feeling 2 numbers at the same time or any number in between, it is okay no matter how you're feeling. I just hope that you can enjoy a little bit of this time today and I'm able to put a little smile on your face by the time we're done with our story. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and get into our story time schedule for this week. So first we start with our hello song, and then it'll be our books to the ceiling song. And then after that, we'll get to move and shake with our shaking song. And then it'll be our story of the week. And then we're gonna do our new song, which is called The Elephant's Trunk. And then it will be our clapping song, which is our good books, good time song. And then it will be time to say goodbye, but we need to say hello first and do our fun story time before we can say goodbye. So first, let's start with our hello song so we can say hello to each other. And remember, we do the song 2 times. Here we go. Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, I'm fine. I hope that you are too. Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, I'm fine. I hope that you are too. Good job. Now let's go ahead and stretch and do our books to the ceiling song. Here we go. Books to the ceiling. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Books to the sky. Let's do one more stretch. My pile of books is 10 miles high. Now give yourself a big hug. How I love them, how I need them. I'll have a long beard by the time I read them. Good job. Now go ahead and find an open and safe spot because we are going to shake, shake, shake with our 2, 4, 6, 8 shake song. All right, friends, here we go. Let's do our 2, 4, 6, 8 shake song. So remember, we start off with the number 8 and we're shaking each hand and arm and each leg and foot. We're shaking it 8 times and then 6 and then 4, 2, and then we're doing one big shake and a last big jump. So here we go, 2, 4, 6, 8 shake. So we'll start off with our right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we switch to the next hand and arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then switch down to your leg and foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good job. Now we count to 6. Start back up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And shake again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Switch down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then switch again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good job. All right, here we go. Now we count to 4. Back up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch down. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. Good job. Okay, now it's going to get a little faster now. We count to 2. Here we go. We're going to add 2 jumps at the end. Ready? 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, switch. And then 2 jumps. 1, 2. Good job. All right, now we do one big shake each section and one big jump at the end. Here we go. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Good job, friends. All right, friends, now that we've gotten all of our sillies shaken out and we're nice and relaxed, let's go ahead and read our story of the week. Are you ready to find out what it is? Our story this week is called Mouse in the House by Russell Ido. What's going to happen when a mouse goes in the house? Let's find out. A van pulls up outside the wrong house, and out stumbled the two catchers of mice, Mr. Bosh and Mr. Bumble. Mr. Bosh reads the note stuck to the right door. Urgent. Please remove mouse from house. Mouses shouldn't be in houses, says Mr. Bumble. Well, you go in and set the traps and snap. That will be that, says Mr. Bosh. But the mouse is too clever. The traps only catch something that steps on them. I can't hear anything, says Mr. Bumble. Well, go in and see if that's that, says Mr. Bosh. Righto, Mr. Bosh, says Mr. Bumble. Squeak, 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 squeak his shoes. Snap, 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 snap the traps. Ouch, 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 yells Mr. Bumble. I forgot about those traps. Oh, never mind that, says Mr. Bosh. That mouse is clever. Go and get a cat instead, and that will be that. What's that? That is not a cat, says Mr. Bosh. It's nearly a cat, says Mr. Bumble. It's a dog, says Mr. Bosh. Ah, but not just a dog, says Mr. Bumble. It's a guard dog, specially trained to protect houses from intruders. Okay, says Mr. Bosh. Put it in the house. But the dog isn't interested in the mouse. The dog is only interested in intruders. I can't see anything, says Mr. Bumble. Well, go in and find out if that's that, says Mr. Bosh. Righto, Mr. Bosh, says Mr. Bumble. Squeak, 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 squeak his shoes. Woof, 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 barks the dog. Oh, 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 yells Mr. Bumble. The dog is really well trained. Never mind that, says Mr. Bosh. I told you to go and get a cat, and that will be that. What's that? That is not a cat, says Mr. Bosh. It is, says Mr. Bumble. It's a big cat. It's a tiger, says Mr. Bosh. Ah, but it's still a cat, says Mr. Bumble. And soon it will be hungry. All right, Mr. Bosh says. Put it in the house. But the tiger isn't interested in the mouse. The tiger is only interested in bigger things to eat. I can't hear or see anything, says Mr. Bumble. Well, go in and check that that's that, says Mr. Bosh. Righto, Mr. Bosh, says Mr. Bumble. Squeak, 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 squeak his shoes. Grrr, 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 growls the tiger. Help, 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 yells Mr. Bumble. The tiger did get hungry. Never mind that, says Mr. Bosh. Will you now go and get that cat, and that will be that. Now what? That is most definitely not a cat, says Mr. Bosh. Well, it's the next best thing, says Mr. Bumble. It's an elephant, says Mr. Bosh. And aren't elephants frightened of mice? I don't know about that, says Mr. Bumble, but I do know it will squash the mouse flat, and that will be that. Right, says Mr. Bosh. Put it in the house. But the elephant is indeed frightened of mice. It takes one look at the mouse and charges through the walls, up the stairs, and falls straight through the floor, crash, bringing the whole house down flat. And that, in the end, is that. No animals were harmed in the making of this book. The end.
Oh man, my friends, all that just to get a mouse out of the house. And guess what ended up happening? The house came crashing down. And that, as they say, is the end of that. Speaking of our elephant friends, let's go ahead and get into our new song of the week, which is called The Elephant's Trunk. So we're going to pretend to be elephants and have a big elephant trunk. So feel free to follow along with me. The elephant has a great big trunk that goes swinging, so swing your trunk. He has tiny, tiny eyes that show him where to go. Where are your eyes, friends? His huge, long ears go flapping, flapping up and down. You could take your hands, put them behind your ears, and pretend that they're big old elephant ears. His great big feet go stomping, stomping on the ground. And we know how to stomp. We're pros by now. So take your big elephant feet and stomp, stomp, stomp on the ground. Good job, friends. And now we're going to get into our good books, good time song. So let's clap our hands. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Good books, good times, good stories, good rhymes, good beginnings, good ends, good people, good friends, good fiction, good facts, good adventures, good acts, good stories, good rhymes, good books, good times. Good job, friends. Round of applause. And now it's time for us to sing our goodbye song, but only until next time. So remember, we clap our hands, and then we'll use our big elephant feet and stamp, stamp, stamp our feet, and then we'll wave goodbye. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Now we're going to stomp those elephant feet. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet, stamp, stamp. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet, stomp, stomp. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp those feet, stomp, stomp. And now we're going to wave goodbye, friends. If you're happy and you know it, wave goodbye. If you're happy and you know it, wave goodbye. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, wave goodbye. Goodbye, my friends. Until next time, thank you so much for reading with me, and good job being awesome elephants. And we'll see you next time. Bye for now.